And I will say it's very easy to speak truth from this podium when you have a president who is implementing policies that are wildly popular with the American people. And that's exactly what this administration is doing. It's correcting the lies and the wrongs of the past 4 years, many of the lies that have been told to your faces in this very briefing room. I will not.
Did you see Karoline Leavitt's first press conference? I'm telling you, she crushed it. This woman is only 27 years old. She's the youngest press secretary in history, and she came out swinging. Listen to this clip where she talks about the lying media and government.
It's correcting the lies and the wrongs of the past 4 years, many of the lies that have been told to your faces in this very briefing room. I will not do that. But since you brought up Truth Seek, I would like to point out, while I vowed to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House. So yes, I will hold myself to the truth, and I expect everyone in this room to do the same.
And Caroline,
this White House believes strongly in the First Amendment, so it's why our team will work diligently to restore the press passes of the 440 journalists whose passes were wrongly revoked by the previous administration. We're also opening up this briefing room to new media voices who produce news-related content and whose outlet is not already represented by one of the seats in this room. We welcome independent journalists, podcasters, social media influencers, and content creators to apply for credentials to cover this White House. And you can apply now on our new website, whitehouse.gov/newmedia. Starting today, this seat in the front of the room, which is usually occupied by the press secretary's staff, will be called the new media seat. My team will review the applications and give credentials to new media applicants who meet our criteria and pass United States Secret Service requirements to enter the White House complex. So in light of these announcements, our first questions for today's briefing will go to these new media members whose outlets, despite being some of the most viewed news websites in the country, have not been given seats in this room.
Is she shaking up the media game or what? She's opening the door for podcasters, independent journalists, and influencers to get press credentials. For way too long, the mainstream media has made a monopoly on the narrative, and we all know that they lean left, and they have for a very long time. Karoline is breaking the stranglehold and giving a voice to the people, real people, who actually represent everyday Americans. I love that, she's putting a new media seat in the front row. Talk about flipping the script. What a time to be alive. Now, in this next clip, a reporter asks Karoline how many of the illegals have a criminal record. Listen to her response. I mean, how can you argue with it?
On immigration, of the 3,500 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office, can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws, and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
You may have one going with the worst first. They all have a criminal record?
And welcome to the briefing
If they broke our nation's laws, yes, they are criminal. Yeah.
Yes, they are criminal. She is correct. Now, in this next clip, she announced a federal spending freeze, and I am here for it, and I know you all are here for it. Take a look.
So what does this pause mean? It means no more funding for illegal DEI programs. It means no more funding for the Green New scam that has cost American taxpayers tens of billions of dollars. It means no more funding for transgenderism and wokeness across our federal bureaucracy and agencies. No more funding for Green New Deal social engineering policies. Again, people who are receiving individual assistance, you will continue to receive that. And President Trump is looking out for you by issuing this pause because he is being good steward of your taxpayer dollars.
Finally, someone is stepping up to stop all this reckless government spending. She made it clear that, this is about making sure our taxpayer money is actually being spent wisely. What a concept. She even reassured everyone that programs like Social Security, food aid, they're all safe. But, of course the media is already freaking out, but that's just what they do. We're used to it, which is why they're dead. This is the kind of bold action we've been waiting for, putting America first and cutting the fat out of government. Take a listen at the little jab she takes at the Biden administration.
That President Trump has taken, obviously it's a stark contrast to the previous administration, a breakneck speed from President Trump. Can we expect that pace to continue as the first 100 days moves along here and beyond that?
Absolutely. There's no doubt President Trump has always been the hardest working man in politics. I think that's been proven over the past week. This president has again signed more than 300 executive orders. He's taken historic action. I gaggled aboard Air Force One to mark the first 100 days of this administration, 4 p.m. last Friday, or first 100 hours rather. And this president did more in the first 100 hours than the previous president did in the first 100 days. So President Trump, I think you can all expect for him to continue to work at this breakneck speed, so I hope you're all ready to work very hard. I know that we are.
Okay, now this last clip, this last clip is why Donald Trump won the election. Take a listen.
I am obviously acutely aware that my presence at this podium represents a few firsts. I am a Black, gay, immigrant woman, the first of all three of those to hold this position.
How are we? Good to see all of you. It's an honor to be here with all of you. A lot of familiar faces in the room, a lot of new faces. And President Trump is back, and the golden age of America has most definitely begun. The Senate has already confirmed 5 of President Trump's exceptional cabinet nominees.